Some of you guys are on board with me. The rest of you are looking at me like this guy. What do you want me to be funny as soon as I get up here? I just got to work. Let me ask all you guys something. When you go to work, do you get started as soon as you get there? No, not unless you work in a toll booth and you have no other choice. Check Facebook, you talk to somebody, a coworker you don't even like, go to the bathroom. They can't stop you from going to the bathroom. Even when I had a regular job, if I had to go to the bathroom before I left the house, I'd hold it till I got to work. Because I'd walk in there and I'd be like, I'm getting paid for this shit. I like you. You're using the stage as an ottoman. Don't stop. Don't. I like it. You're aggressively comfortable. You're going to go to your room tonight and the bed's going to hump you. I like that about you. I'm just trying to make friends. I'm hoping I could at least make friends with some of you guys after the show. Because I turned 31 3 days ago, okay? And I'm at the age now. Don't clap. I've got to compete with Jesus until I'm more famous than him. Fuck my birthday. My birthday's the day after Christmas. Oh. See, I'm trying to make friends. Instilling sympathy is the first step. I'm at the age now where all my friends and I are starting to grow apart, and the friends that I still do have put inspirational quotes at the bottom of all their emails. And I can't be friends with you if you're one of those people. We can never bond on a genuine level if you've ever quoted Gandhi at the bottom of a bachelor party email, Brad, you fucking fag. Not everybody can laugh at the word fag. I get it. Just know, I've never said that word coming from a homophobic place. I learned that word when I was 7 playing kickball. I got hit in the head with the ball and somebody called me a fag. Given the context, it kind of makes sense, but I don't like that in society we let words outrage us so much. It's stupid that any group could get outraged by 3 letters organized in a certain way to make a funny sounding word, you know? But I realize why we do. We haven't come up with a good enough slur for white straight guys yet. Rapist is the closest one we have. And if the guy's got a good enough attorney, that's not gonna offend him. We need to come up with a better slur for white straight guys. I'm not trying to bring anyone down. I just want to level the playing field so no words are off limits. Although the N-word should always be off limits, but only so when white guys do rap songs at karaoke, it's super awkward. I've been called a lot of names. I'm Jewish. Been called every name there is. I've been called a kike. And more than offended, I was scared that my family Hanukkah party got that out of control. I bet not a lot of you are Jewish. It is safe. Vegas is a safe place to say you're Jewish, because we used to have mafia here. But when I was growing up, I learned that I wanted to be in the mafia. But my parents told me, Jews can't be involved in organized crime. We're too gossipy. Guess who you're never gonna see again? Being Jewish fucked up my dreams. I wanted to be a superhero out there, and any Jewish superheroes. Unless you pronounce it Spider-Man. There was a time when I was really into professional wrestling. When I was like a preteen, I wanted to be the first openly gay professional wrestler. I'm not gay, but you gotta do whatever it takes to stand out in any field you're in if you wanna be successful. That and I'd watch wrestling and think the fighting was really cool, but when the wrestlers would try to intimidate each other with their words, I was like, that's not scary. Unless you introduce a predatory element. Like, can't wait to get you greased up in that ring this weekend, Hogan. Slurp. I know you think you're hot with those blue eyes that go on for days, but you're just a 6 with a bad spray tan. And this Sunday, at SummerSlam, I'm going down. On you, slurp. I don't care what your preference is, that's scary. got engaged this year. In a battle of wits with a homeless guy. I'm the homeless guy. I talk to myself. No, I'm for real getting married, and when I tell people that, it either gets the reaction that you guys just gave me, which is insincere congratulations. Like, oh, this guy asked somebody a question he already knew the answer to. Or it's greeted with, why? Which is followed up with, aren't you afraid to only fuck one pussy for the rest of your life? But I'm not. Like, yeah, I could see where people would be afraid of that. But I also have friends that have never fucked one pussy their entire lives. So I see myself as fortunate. I have friends who are the starving children in Africa of pussy. For just 30 cents a day. They could come and be a Las Vegas commercial. Our families get along really well because they haven't gotten to know each other well enough yet. We get along perfectly, and the only time we ever fight is it's my fault. And I know that's what you're supposed to say as the guy, but it really is, because I don't know the difference between honesty and oversharing. I'm trying to be a good guy and tell the truth, and she's like, why do you keep a bottle of lube right next to the bed and we've never used it? I was like, that's not lube, it's hand sanitizer. She's like, why do you have hand sanitizer right next to the bed? Well, sometimes in the middle of the night, my butthole itches. What do you want me to do, not scratch it? It wakes me up. But then I get neurotic. What if my eyeball's gonna itch? I don't want to get pink eye. What do you want me to get up and go to the bathroom to wash my hands? I'm already laying down. She's like, I'm gonna stop you there. Next time, just say you're cheating on me. My kids will definitely have rat tails. Because even child molesters are grossed out by a rat tail. Child molester might see my kid from the front and be like, damn, that kid's sexy. Doing. Then the kid turns around, oh, boater killer, rat tail. What a turnoff. My kids will also always have peanut butter on the sides of their mouths. You know, disgusting kids growing up that always had, like, nobody ever washed their mouths? It's gonna be my kids. Because not only is that disgusting, but what if that child molester's allergic to peanuts? Secret defense in raising your kids, guys. Take parenting advice from this guy. You wanna buy some weed? I can tell you're in that relaxed state. You might be running out soon. It's hard to find here in Vegas. I got arrested for selling weed in California. You know how pathetic that is? That's like getting charged with murder of a minority in Ferguson. Whoa, I'm not the grand jury there, okay? I'm saying how pathetic that is. I got arrested for selling weed. So to pay for my attorney, I sold weed. But I'm getting to the age where I'm being more health conscious. I quit smoking weed recently, which is usually matched with boo. And I don't get that, because it's like, boo, this guy's trying to get his life together. Boo, this guy wants to know where his keys are when they're in his pocket. Boo, this guy wants to be able to drive without being afraid there's a cop behind him when it's just a taxi. I quit smoking weed, so I'm just now making memories for the first time. I'll have been 6 months sober in about 7 months. Let the math sink in on that for a second. Did you guys have the DARE program growing up? I took the DARE. Because the way my teachers told me to not do drugs is what made me want to do drugs. They're like, you should never do magic mushrooms because you might be able to taste colors and see sounds. Those are selling points. They're like, you should never do LSD because you might have flashbacks later in life. You mean I could do a drug once and it'll keep happening? It's not only cost effective, but I love surprises. Like imagine you're at a dinner party with a bunch of boring ass people and all of a sudden, who wants to go unicorn tipping? You start shoving people out of their chairs. But I'm trying to end all that, you know? Been more conscious of my body. I thought I found a suspicious mole the other day, but upon further inspection, it was just melted chocolate. Most delicious cancer scare ever. I have high cholesterol. I didn't even find out from going to a doctor. If you're worried about your cholesterol and you don't want to seek medical attention, here's how you know if it's a problem. If you laugh like this, and then get lightheaded, Crestor might be for you. I try to practice safe snacks, but it's not easy. You guys ever spread Nutella on anything? You're doing it wrong. Nutella's not a spread. Nutella's pudding for people with needs beyond pudding. I call it going tubbing. Exactly. You got it. I feel like a lot of you guys in here feel like I'm the creepy guy at the party. Uneasy with my presence. I'm not that guy. You guys are looking at me like, you know when you'd go to a high school party and somebody would not know how to handle their alcohol and they'd pass out early so everyone would draw stuff on their face? Usually penises and the word penis. And then there'd be somebody that would come up and be like, let's rub our balls on his face. That's how some of you guys are reacting to me right now. I'm not that guy, but I do have plenty of friends that are that guy. And they make me feel uncomfortable. I have this one friend that every time I'm talking to him and a woman walks by, he becomes transfixed. And he's like, dude, look at her. How about we tag team her? Like, how about we don't? He's like, nah, dude, look. Let's tag team her. You take her from behind, I'll take her from behind you. Pretty sure that's not how a tag team works. I'm happy with my fiance. I hate saying the word fiance because it sounds too much like financier, which is what she is. It's like, I hate temporary terms, you know? Like, during my wedding vows, am I gonna be like, I'm so happy to be spending the rest of my life with my fuck buddy. I met her using an app while I was tripping on mushrooms. I was with my friend and his girlfriend, and I wanted what they had. They were being affectionate. I wanted to know what it was like to have somebody run their fingers through my hair and not be professionally checking for lice. So I asked Siri for everything I've ever wanted in a woman. Siri, do a web search for a woman who will come find me and make me flaxseed pancakes that taste incredible because I can't have regular pancakes due to my high cholesterol. And she's way too good looking for me, but evens it out by farting in front of me, which I oddly enjoy. And she's not allergic to gluten, so we could dip cookies in pudding whenever. And she asserts her sexual dominance over me, asking me to explore parts of her body that they can't even show on Cinemax, and won't judge me for taking it too far by asking her to wear a Cosby sweater with the titties cut out while she rides me and calls me Tommy Pickles.
Searching the web for a woman who will come find me and make me flaxseed pancakes that taste incredible because I can't have regular pancakes due to my high cholesterol, and she is way too good looking for me but evens it out by farting in front of me, which I oddly enjoy, and she's not allergic to gluten so we can dip cookies in pudding whenever, and asserts to sexual nature upon asking me to explore parts of her body they don't even talk about on Cinemax, but won't judge me when I take it too far, like asking her to wear a Cosby sweater with the tits cut out while she rides me and calls me Tommy Pickles. Please be patient while I process your request.
So then she searches the web. Give her a second. She's been dropped on her head a few times.
Did you mean a healthy relationship with an intelligent, sexy female who encourages you to get the professional help you need to get your shit together by working on the self-destructive behavior passed down to you from your father, and find productive ways to stop overeating and masturbating to deal with your problems you're always whining about, when all you really need is someone who will always be cool with watching you play video games? She doesn't mind doing all the work during sex. She texts back right away and won't judge you for having irritable bowel syndrome. Searching.
So that's how I fell in love.